Good morning. The date is the 29th of the 6th, 2021, and it's 8:35 in the morning. And I just want to talk about my book about the eclipse calculations at Stonehenge. This is the title of my book on Amazon. It's an ebook. Stonehenge Cracking the Megalithic Code, Book 3, The Eclipse. And because I've bought a copy, I can read it on this laptop. And we go straight to the end of the book. So if I click there, I can go on to the next to the last page. And when I was finishing this book, I wrote this little line saying, at our journey's end, all is unravelled, time and speed is distance travelled. Now that's the way these megalithic people recorded time. They recorded it as distance travelled, and they used a set of units that I've summarised, and they can all be calculated against the mile. And also I've said I ran out of time to do a bibliography because you work to deadlines when you're completing books on Amazon. Without the following, nothing would have been completed. Apologies for any omissions. The megalithic portal and its creators, the work of Tom and his family, Knight and Butler, the Heaths and Michelle, Harrison Stockdale, Bartos, Wilkinson, Franklin, Mulholland, Hoyle, Hawkins, Macaulay, Furlong, Mann, Petrie, Stukely, and last but not least, my wife Jo and family. And these are the units, and they're going sequentially, and I wanted to start at 400, but I realised when I wrote the book, Proving the Megalithic Foot, about Harrison Stockdale's megalithic foot, I had to put this top unit in and divide 5280 by 13.1992, and it's the Harrison Stockdale 10 root 2 unit of 14.142 inches that has created this unit. And it puts us above the scale effectively, because the scale finishes at 400. But it puts Harrison Stockdale's unit at the top of this table, which I thought was very appropriate, so I did it. But dividing 5280 by 400 gives 13.2, and I've said that's an Earth circumference unit, 10 times 11 times 12, and is base 99. Well, that in actual fact is the Indus Valley foot, and it's also the Saxon foot that many metrologists use. Now the next one is the important one. 5280 divided by 396, which is 100 ancient meters, gives 13.333, and that's a base 100 unit. And it's the hidden system base 100 imperial and metric. So that line is the most important line in this table. This next one, we're dividing by Tom's base unit of 5 megalithic yards, which is 13.6, and it's base 102, and it creates this strange number here, because the megalithic system that Tom uses creates these strange numbers when it's converted against the imperial. And the same applies for the next one. This is Anne Macaulay's Roman foot, base 105, and we get 14 when we divide by 377.1429. And that is the Roman foot that Anne Macaulay was using. The next one is dividing 5280 by 366.6667 days. That's an eclipse year. And that gives 14.4 when divided against 5280. And it's the Earth's circumference as above, that's here. So when we multiply that by 360, we get 132. We go on to the next page and we can see we're in green, because this is the key unit that I've been writing about. 5280 divided by Babylonian 360 gives 14.666, which is 44 over 3. And this is the eclipse unit, Franklin at the pyramid. So that we find in the Great Giza Pyramid. And we do for the next one, Venus unit, Franklin at the pyramid. 5280 divided by 333.33 recurring gives 15.84. Absolutely crucial unit that at Stonehenge and at the pyramid. The next one I've called an Earth unit, but we know there are 1760 cubits in the Giza Pyramid base. So as you can see, we're working down now. We divide by 264, which there are 2640 feet in half a mile. We get 20. Divide by 240, we get 22, and that's part of the pi calculation, 22 over 7. And then when we reverse these two, we get 200, giving 26.4. The next one is a lunar unit, 28, which 2 times 28 we find at Stonehenge. And then the next one, 165, that's 10 rods, and it gives us 32. 32 is always in these systems, and I've put Welsh base 96. Next one is dividing by 160, we get 33, and that's in Imperial English base 99, 33 times 3. The next one is Tom, again one of those weird numbers, but we get 34, and it's Tom base 102. And the next one, we're going back to Anne Macaulay, we get 35, the Roman foot base 105. And then the next one's interesting. We get the Imperial yard, which is a reversal of the Eclipse unit there. And that can be found in the Giza Pyramid base. And then the next one is the Scottish base 37. 3 times 37 is 111. And that's a Holy Rood. And this is, when you work this out, you'll find that you get 5920 feet in a Scottish mile. So all these systems are interrelated, and there's the 111 that I've calculated there. 5280 divided by 13, again, that is the ancient metre found in the Aubrey Circle perimeter, and then finally top of the tree again. So we've gone from the reverse of the second line on the table, and we're into 40 being the base unit. 40 times 132 is 5280. All those things are embedded in the imperial mile. And these are units, sequential units, that are found by all metrologists when they're looking at these systems. And they're all whole numbers. If you multiply that by 7, you'll get a whole number. And if you multiply that by, I'm not sure exactly, but you can get a whole number out of it. I think you're working with 34 over 33 when we're working Tom and the imperial system. And I think a lot of metrologists now are beginning to realise this. They're realising that you have to use whole numbers to decipher these systems. If you see long strings of decimals, there's got to be 2 whole numbers involved in producing that string. And if you can't find it, you're not finding the ancient system. Okay, that's Dave Kenworthy for today. Thank you.